Hey, how's it going today? Last time I was working on Great Pyrenees and wool blend. I just wanted to show you how it turned out. Very plush, very little shed. You can still see that there's little flyaways, but they're a part of the yarn pretty securely. Very plush. And for a comparison, this here is 100% Pyrenees. I've used some to make some samples, so there's a little bit less than last time. So as you can see, roughly the same amount. It's 50-50 blend. And very strong, whereas the Pyrenees on its own is a little bit coarse in comparison. So the wool definitely does give it some strength and some softness. Today I've got some more pet fiber that I am working on. Today is Burnese Mountain Dog with a wool blend. With the Pyrenees, I used a neutral color, nice earthy brown. This time I'm using bits of purple, more of a jewel tone. So I've got some blue and green in there as well. So I'm curious to see how it'll turn out. So as always, gonna put a little bit of balm on there, a little bit of lotion, just to keep it soft, keep it moisturized, keep the static away. So I've already started. I'm going to start from my fluff here. And we're going to pull it back. Got a strong thread started. Already got quite a bit of progress. So I'm optimistic about finishing at least the initial spin today. And then I'll put it in a big cake, and then I will blend it from either end. So I will ply them together. That's combining two individual threads. To make a stronger yarn. Now the Burnese Mountain Dog is much fluffier, but also the undercoat length is quite a bit shorter than with the Pyrenees, so it definitely does benefit from being blended with wool. Today is a beautiful day, if not a little chilly still. But I'm seeing the little beginnings of leaves. And yesterday I saw 7 blue jays in my yard. I always feel like I've been visited by a celebrity every time I see a blue jay or a cardinal. It feels so special to me. Their colors are so vivid that they stand out. It's always a treat to watch them. That wool makes it so strong I can fire through this now. I took a big step this week. I'm very nervous about it. I ordered business cards so that I can officially start offering this service to those who are interested. And it is very scary to put yourself out there, especially for such a niche hobby or skill set, whatever we want to call it. But I do think it'll be a vehicle to meet some pretty interesting people. And I never get sick of hearing about other people's animals. Taking a peep. I think time for a little adjustment. Ooh, I can't wait to show you this one when it's done. It's gonna be beautiful, I think. Maybe my best batch yet. I've definitely ironed out a few ways to do this now and make it stronger and more beautiful. I'm certainly going to recommend pet fibers be blended with wool, generally speaking. It makes it stronger, and there's this kind of opportunity for customization. Like I could blend it with wools, the same color of their eyes or their collar. Plus I can make a lot more of it if it's blended with something else. For big dogs like Baxter here, the Burnese that I'm spinning now, or Wyatt, Great Pyrenees, quantity isn't as much of an issue, but if you have a little dog, you're not going to get as much fur from them to work with. So you want to make it go as far as possible. This week I'll be working on more bracelets and keychains and ornaments and things like that, so that I can demonstrate the wool a little bit more and how it looks when it's made into something. Just to give people some ideas of what they can do. Oh, we're firing through this now. can't imagine how long it took me to do this previously with a drop spindle. Maybe next time I'll take out a couple of my spindles just to show you the trick to it and how long it can take. There are times I might still use the drop spindle because it does allow you to have a lot of control over the speed and the amount that's spun at a time. So if you've got really, really short hairs that need a lot of twist to stick, it's really nice to do that because you can feed a little bit of fluff at a time with a drop spindle, whereas with a spinning wheel you want to be able to draw back a little bit more because it pulls the yarn in if you're not careful. Or you can add too much twist and snap it, which is always frustrating to adjust for. Now that we're established, I have to remind myself to sit back, rest my hands a little bit more. My temptation is always to be really close to the wheel, hunched over, keeping my fingers really close together. Not the best position to keep your body in for any amount of time. So as I'm finding out, I am nearsighted, and so it explains why I like to be very close to the things I'm working on. So the next time you see me, I may have a new pair of glasses. I'm waiting for them to arrive. I didn't realize how difficult seeing things had become until my optometrist showed me a before and after with my prescription. And explained why I might be having headaches so often. I'm looking forward to the relief that will give me. We're already almost through this little handful. Keep my hands moist. Oh, see, I'm doing it again. I gotta move down. In theory, I should be able to rest the whole time and just keep the movement with my hands and feet. Kinder to my lower back. My wheel is sounding a little rickety today. It might be time to tighten everything up again. Periodically it needs to be oiled and adjusted. can pull nice and far with that wool. Soon I'll only be blending pet fiber with the local wool, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll let you know more about that when I can show you what I have. I should be collecting a bunch on Saturday. Excited to see what we find. Certainly in these days, as much as we can get local, we should. And I'm very lucky where I live in Canada. We have a very robust community of makers. Lots of food grown here, lots of products made by hand, farms, and tons of craftspeople. It's really, really rad. So I can get like most of everything we need within like 5-mile radius of where I live. Of locally made things, that is. Like there's a farmer's market. There's a couple farmer's markets within 5 minutes drive with me. I may need to grow some of my own greens year round. In the summer, lots of local suppliers, but in the winter, a lot of it is from the US that I didn't realize. So I might solve that by trying to have like a little greens garden in my home. The trick is how do I keep the cats away from it? Not a single living thing in this house has any sort of survival instinct as far as what they should and shouldn't consume. With the exception of my black lab, which you would think she would eat everything not really nailed down, but she is actually pretty good. She doesn't eat human food off our plates if she gets the chance. She always waits for permission before she eats her supper. She doesn't eat random things in the yard. However, if she does see a little rodent, she will eat that in a heartbeat. And she is still a farm dog in her core after all, which we appreciate. Look at that, coming along very nicely. Yeah, I let it a little too much twist get in there, and now I have to fix it. Oh dear. Might just have to let it go. So there's a portion in there and I didn't pull it tight enough. So now there's like a little tail sticking out. But that's okay, it'll all come out in the wash, it always does. If I don't get tangled, so I have to be really careful about that. Got a little too much twist right now. This, I'm not trying to twist anymore, I'm just trying to feed it back and deal with the knot that I put in there. There we go. back on track. So I'm going to keep going with this, and I will show you what I come up with next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.